Hello, everybody. Coming up on WKRG News 5 now, some of the headlines we're going to go over today. A third execution by nitrogen hypoxia in Alabama. We're going to talk about the case that led up to this, just so brutal. And a man found shot in the front yard of a home, the argument that led to this shooting. Plus, a Prichard police detective has been sentenced to 6 months in jail. What he says caused his arrest. All of this and more coming up on WKRG News 5 now at 5:30. Keep it right here.
This is News 5 Now, streaming live to your neighborhood and around the world.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roseanne Haven. Thank you so much for being with me on this Thursday evening. I hope it's a good one for you. We're getting so close to the weekend now. This is where we come together and we check in for the big stories of the day. We're going to share some of your answers to our question of the day. Didn't have a whole lot of response to this one, and we're going to see how you voted in our Facebook poll. Let's go ahead and count down to those big stories now. Number 5, Alabama's third nitrogen hypoxia execution is set for tonight in Atmore. Carrie Dale Grayson will be put to death for the brutal 1994 murder of 37-year-old Vicki DeBlue. DeBlue was hitchhiking from Chattanooga, Tennessee to her mother's home in West Monroe, Louisiana. She never made it because of what Grayson did and 3 others. Prosecutors say the 4 teenagers took DeBlue to a wooded area. They beat her to death. The group then cut her fingers off before throwing her body off a cliff. How disgusting. Grayson and his friends returned to the body later to mutilate it even more. Investigators caught up with them when one of the boys showed a friend one of this woman's severed fingers and bragged about the killing. Number 4, a high-speed chase ending in a crash in northwest Florida, shutting down part of a highway near a school. The suspect crashed on Highway 85 near Texas Avenue, near one of the roads into Northwood Elementary. The crash began in Walton County. Deputies spotted an SUV with a stolen tag. That SUV, by the way, collided with at least one other vehicle and into a utility pole. The driver, 40-year-old Jerry Kleckler Jr. of Crestview, behind bars right now. He faces several charges, including fleeing and drug possession. And number 3, one man hospitalized, another in jail after a shooting in Seminole. 50-year-old Jason Hall charged with assault. Baldwin County deputies say they found the victim in Hall's front yard on Weyburn Road, shot in the abdomen, rather. Investigators say the victim was there because Hall owed him money. There was an argument. They say Hall pulled out a gun, a little derringer, and he fired once. We don't know yet the victim's condition. And number 2, 3 local organizations receiving federal grant funding to help victims of domestic violence. Nearly $329,000 from the Department of Health and Human Services will go to the Penelope House, the Family Counseling Center of Mobile, and the Baldwin Family Violence Shelter. Penelope House receiving the most money to the tune of $151,000. The Family Counseling Center and the Baldwin Family Violence Shelter receiving $55,000 apiece. And number 1, a Prichard police detective is still on the force tonight, even though a judge has just found him guilty of perjury. This happened today, the conviction. Prichard police detective Jason Hadaway says he didn't know what the common phrase lawyer up meant. When someone says they want to lawyer up, well, he's a police detective, but he says he didn't know what that meant. Well, prosecutors played audio recordings from an interview Hadaway and another detective conducted with murder suspect Keenta Todd in January of 2023. And that recording, Todd could be heard saying, "I want to lawyer up." Prosecutors say Hadaway continued to question him despite Todd asking several times for a lawyer. This came up later during a separate case in June where Hadaway was called to testify. An attorney in that case challenged Hadaway's interview techniques, bringing up the Todd case. Hadaway testified under oath that Todd never invoked his right to counsel. That statement led to the perjury charge, and the judge today convicting him, sentencing him to 6 months behind bars, and he has to pay a fine worth $3,000. Lawyer up. Okay, now that is a look at our big stories this hour, and now we are going to move to our question of the day. Didn't get a lot of response to this one. With our magical Christmas toy drive underway, we wanted to know, what was your childhood toy you missed the most? Summer Lynn says Nintendo DS. Okay, Summer, I got you. And Connie Marie says Light Bright. Light Brights were always so much fun. I love those. You could get as creative as you wanted to be. When my children had Light Brights, I would have to get down and play with them with those. Those were just too much fun. Okay, now we're going to move over to our Facebook poll. We wanted your input. This was a newsroom debate, okay? We've been debating on whether or not Thanksgiving is considered part of the holiday season or not. And I'll tell you how this came up. I was asking, someone said, oh, this holiday season is right around the corner. And I'm like, really? Is it really? Because I'm feeling like we're in the holiday season. You know, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. And shoot, we're already promoting the magical Christmas toy drive. So I thought it's all together. So we had this huge debate, and we wanted to know what you thought. 98% of you say the holiday season does include Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. I agree with you. And then 2% of you voted that the holiday season only includes Christmas and New Year's. Only 2%. I kind of think Halloween is part of the holiday season too. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, now we want you to head over to our WKRG Facebook page and answer our next question of the day. You know, we are headed to Atmore tomorrow for your hometown. Devin and Peter and Ed and Shimani Baker are all going to introduce you to everything fabulous about Atmore, and there is a lot. And we want to know what is your favorite part of Atmore. You know, coming up is the powwow. How exciting is that? So much history there with the porch band of Creek Indians. And now we want your vote on this too. Matt Gaetz withdrew his name for consideration for Attorney General, the Florida congressman. Are you surprised by this move? You know, he already resigned as congressman. He was hoping to get this approval that President-elect Donald Trump said he should have to be the Attorney General. And then today he said, I'm out. He withdrew his consideration. Are you surprised that Matt Gaetz did this? We want to know what you think, and we'll be right back here tomorrow for the results of what you had to say. In the meantime, make sure your television set is tuned to WKRG News 5, Channel 5. Right now, the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell is on, and I'll be with you at 6 o'clock along with Peter Albrecht and Ed Bloodsworth and our sports team. For now, I thank you so much for joining me for News 5 Now. Looking forward to tomorrow and our weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. See you later.